I'm so happy for your new book, which is #1. Congratulations
Thank
already.
you. Yes, thank you.
And I've been thinking, and I love that you're talking about, reflections, prayers, and meditations, because we all want a meaningful life.
Exactly, and we can all have one.
Yes.
And I think we can have it and still be successful. I think we can have it and still be in the workplace. So having a meaningful life it requires strength, internal strength, mental strength, physical strength, emotional strength, spiritual strength. And so I hope this will be a bit of an oasis for people. I hope people your age, my age, will know that the sanctuary that you seek is actually already within you, and that all of this is just a passing thing, and that what you really need are your friends, your family, your faith, and your internal fortitude.
At what point did you know you had to step back, when you're just saying, I gotta step back and really breathe and balance my life?
I think when I was older, actually. I think I had 4 kids really close together. Then I became First Lady of California, had a lot going on. And I think, when you lose your parents, you become somewhat unmoored because you're no longer identifying as the kid, as the caregiver, and you're like, this is the big leagues now, I gotta step up. I think if you're doing that, you need tools, you need support, you need a community, and you need to kind of dig in and go in and see what you're made of and see what your future's gonna look like, because you have to create it.
Who was there for you the most when you were taking your step back and trying to figure out, okay, where do I go from here?
Well, my mother was always there for me at different times. When I was in my 20s, I stepped back. I got an anchoring job with the CBS Morning News. I was newly engaged. I lived on the West Coast. I moved to the East Coast. She stepped in and said, life is a marathon. It's not a sprint. Do your thing now. It's going to be okay. When I had my first child, I was anchoring 2 network news jobs on the East Coast. I lived on the West Coast, and I had to go in and quit because I couldn't keep doing that, and I thought my life was over. I would never work again. And she again stepped in and said, it's going to be okay. You're smart. You'll survive. You just got to work harder, she would say. But I think when she died, I did struggle to find who was going to fill her place. And of course, nobody ever fills your mother's place if you have a strong connection. And so I still kind of talked to her, but then I pulled on my girlfriends, I pulled on my brothers, I pulled on my cousins, I pulled on other friends, I made new friends.
Were you worried that people were going to judge you for reaching out?
Oh, I think people do judge you. I think, as I said to my daughter, people will say 2 things when you walk in the room. Both could be true, but you have to decide which one you're going to go, what your story is. So I think we see on social media, your generation is inundated with people judging you, judging the clothes you're wearing, the makeup you're doing, everything. And so you can either go and listen to them, you can either focus on who liking your boyfriend's pictures, or you can look in the mirror and say, look at me. I'm smart, I'm hot, I've got a good guy, and my future is mine to create. And so, there will always be people who who does she think she is?
And I love it on your Twitter when you do clap back at people who are,
clap back.
Clap back.
I like that.
And I
clap
love
back.
it.
I'm going to use that.
Clap back, yes.
Clap back. Is that a thing?
Yes. And you have great friends, Oprah, Deepak. How does this even happen? I'm trying to get friends like that. Help me out.
Well, I got Oprah as a friend when she wasn't Oprah.
That's the key.
We connected over our shared weight struggle and our shared interest in the news business. We both worked in a local station, and most of my friendships were from my work in the news business, where I met kind of people I would never have met in my kind of family life.
You and Hoda are so cute, and you're the baby whisperer.
Oh, that's what she said, yeah. I really like that title. I think that's a really great title. I love that, and she has been so supportive. She's one of the great all-time women.
Thank you so much
Thank you for
hanging
having
out.
me.
Of course, and this is amazing. It's such a great book because self-help is real, but it's just also forgiving yourself.
Yes.
And it's okay to ask for help.
Right, amen.
And I thank you for this, because so many of us need it. Thank you.
It matches your pants.
Hey.